Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm back. I did take like a couple of days, or wait, has it been a week yet? I don't know if it's been a week yet, but I know I took a couple of days off. And the reason why I did that is because like I was just doing too much. Like, first of all, I'm already a busybody, and then like I was doing too much with personals, and I don't know, I guess I took like a real vacation and it felt so good. Like, I feel so much better. I just feel really zen. I was just basking in my energy. You know, when you just have to, like, I know what I'm trying to say, but like when I take time off, well, except for Saturdays I really don't be doing nothing. But like if I try to like take a day off, I'm still doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I literally wasn't doing anything like the first day. The first day, I know this is gonna sound crazy to y'all, but like the first day I slept in. I know, right? I slept in, and like that whole day I didn't do anything, and it felt so freaking good. So if you're the type of person that's like always doing something, or like you're just super busy, try to like take a day off, and I promise you, you're gonna feel so different. But anyway, I'm so excited because in today's video I am going to be showing you guys Melanated Majesty, and I know y'all been waiting for this video. um but again, like, I wanted to wait until a specific day. So in today's video, we are going to be going in depth with Melanated Majesty, and I'm basically gonna, like, show you the cards and explain. You're rude as fuck. See, I can't with these bitches. Like, I swear, the sun comes out and it's like a couple of more degrees than it was yesterday, and people popping willies and stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry, you are. But yeah, I'm gonna be explaining each card and we're gonna be going through it. So let's get into today's video. Okay, so before we get into each card, I just want to, do like a little rundown on this deck. So this deck does have 78 cards in it. It is the same size as my Hidden Secrets Oracle deck. It's much bigger than In My Feelings. Hold on. Let me get In My Feelings. So In My Feelings is a tarot size deck. So compared to, Hidden Secrets Oracle and Melanated Majesty, it is much bigger. So it's like a true Oracle deck, because Oracle decks are much bigger than, the traditional tarot. Now in my videos I use this, but I did, switch up the why can't I talk today? I'm sorry, y'all. I think, is it a full moon in Aquarius? Them damn air moon. This is the same deck. I did switch up the graphics on the back of it because, like, I didn't want my face on y'all cards. Like, I just felt like that would be weird, or like, I don't know, that's just weird to me. So I did change that. So yeah, there's 78 cards in this deck. I believe there are like 57 that are associated with traditional tarot. And what I mean by that, like, this is not going to be an exact like dupe for tarot. This isn't a tarot deck, this is an oracle deck. But there are multiple different tarot cards that are associated with each card. So let's get into the cards. So the first card is Angelo, and Angelo means to long for something or to yearn for something in Spanish. So this for me is the card that comes out before the full card comes out. This is the card before the full card, but it also has like a sexual undertone as the Ace of Wands would. So if you think about it, it's like if the Ace of Wands and the full card had a baby. But it also talks about the desire to start something new, or, just to like expand your horizons, but not really having the execution behind what you want to do, like knowing where you want your life to go and what you want it to look like, and the people that you want to be around you, but like not having the steps in order to get there. And you know what? Also, not really having that courage to even take that leap when you do get your ideas together. So it's like when you know you need to like do the big chop, but you're the type of person that likes linked over health. Also in like a relationship, also like in a relationship sense. This might be hitting home for somebody, because I have not done readings in a minute. But yeah, it's like, you know how when you, and I know that most women go through this, men too, when you don't want to like cut your ends, or you don't want to get that trim because you want your hair to look longer, but you know that like in order for your hair to start growing more, you're gonna have to cut the dead shit off. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to cut off the dead weight. It's the same thing with Angelo. So next we have Destined Affairs Disguise Blessings. And Destined Affairs Disguise Blessings is like one man's trash is another man's treasure. But it's also like things that are transpiring into your life are supposed to happen for your betterment. Like things that are happening that you're viewing as like a tower moment or an upheaval of some sorts. It's actually a blessing, like it's protection. But it's also like, what little homie won't do, Big Daddy definitely will. So let's talk about Queen of Many Cups. I love Queen of Many Cups because she is literally like the mother. She's the nurturer. Um, this card is associated with water and air elements and placements. So the Queen of Many Cups, she literally embodies all of the cup cards in tarot, even the court cards as well. So if let's say you're dealing with a water sign man or an air sign man, this probably will come up if they're in their feminine energy. But most importantly, the Queen of Many Cups, yeah, she's been through things. Like she's been through the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups. You know what I'm saying? So she's been through a lot of emotional traumas, but she doesn't allow it to affect the way that she loves, incoming people or new people or people that are part of her soul tribe. To be honest with you, that's why I really fucks with the Queen of Cups. I mean, the Queen of Many Cups, because that air element, like it's discernment behind her actions, but it's also like authenticity. Ugh, authenticity, authenticity, bitch. But it's also like she's very witty as well. Okay, so mental health issues is exactly what it is. Like, there's some cards that don't have super deep meanings, and I made it that way so that it could be easier for you to read, on someone's situation or your own situation. But this card is associated with like the Nine of Swords more prominently, and the Eight of Swords as well. This card does come out for me in readings when someone is dealing with, bitch, a narcissist, like these like these motherfuckers that are driving past my house right now. But it also talks about like when people are dabbling into toxic things or like toxic substances or toxic ways of being, environments, and also people as well. Okay, so Miss Jones is like the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Miss Jones, she keeps it real cute, but like she real quick to like cut you the hell off and tell you about yourself. Like she's not gonna like start anything, but she definitely will finish it. You know what I'm saying? She's very good at like manifesting things to her, like energies, people, even money, because that Queen of Pentacles. Um, as well as like being very like soft. Like she's soft with people that are like soft with her, but again, like she will cut your head off. So you gotta be careful with Miss Jones. The goat's here. Okay, so Billy is literally the greatest of all time. It's different from Above the Rest, because Above the Rest, like this is like the best out of the options, the best out of, the crowd, or the best out of everyone else. But like with Billy, this is the standard. Like this is like she's the one. Like she's she's like she's the head bitch in charge. Like I don't know how else to explain that. That's what this card is. Okay, so hella bent is, when there's situations going on. This is like the party energy card. It does not talk about addictions. Like that's not what it's about. Because I do have an addiction card in here. But it's more so of like, party energy. Like people were lit at this event, or maybe there's somebody that's always lit. But again, it does not talk about addictions. Now, if this does come out with Wanda vibes or like mental health issues, then that's an addiction. But this is more so like party energy. Okay, so Big Mama is like the grandmother of the the whole deck. It's also an ancestry card as well. So this does talk about your ancestors. Now, I do want you guys to use your intuition when using this deck. That's very important because this could mean multiple different things regarding, the type of reading and the type of cards that are surrounding this card. Because sometimes when I do my readings, it talks about like a guy that is still a boy that lives with his mother, or like um a man that like went through emotional trauma with his parents and a grandparent had to raise him, or somebody that was adopted, or like just childhood things. So like it's very versatile, so I do want you to use your discernment as well as your intuition. A babyhood's forecast is literally foretelling a baby coming in for the future, but it also talks about the Ace of Pentacles as well as the Ace of Cups. So when this card comes out, do be mindful of, fertility as well as like a brand new beginning that's coming in for you. Okay, so clingy is associated with the Four of Pentacles. This card comes out when you're holding on to things too tightly, or when somebody's holding on to you too tightly, or like, emotions, as well as like the way that they want things to go, or the way that they want things to be in a certain situation. Okay, so next we have STD warning. And STD warning not only talks about sexually transmitted disease, but also like spiritually transmitted diseases, like messing with people, or like even platonic relationships that like hold a lot of karma or like negative energy around them, and allowing them to enter your aura or your space, and then that rubs off on you. So it's like a warning, as well as like somebody ain't all the way clean down there. Okay, so next we have third party situation. And third party situation is pretty self explanatory. Like, you guys could read the imagery if you would like to. But I don't want to get into genders because genders really don't matter. If it's a third party situation and a motherfucker being a motherfucker, it's just that, you know what I'm saying? It's a third party situation. Next, we have Big Mad. Now, this is self explanatory as well. Um, when floozies are pressed, when they're salty, when they're jealous of you. Okay, so next we have Breathe, and Breathe is associated with the Four of Swords. Now, I intentionally blocked out like the spaces and the lettering, because when this card comes out, it talks about like a long overdue rest, or like a long overdue break from something, whether this be for like a person or a certain situation. Also like meditation as well. Next we have playtime. And playtime is like, being more playful, being a lot more coy in a certain situation, like flirting. Also for like my celibate people out there, you know, partaking in playtime or whatever. Okay, so next we have betrayal, backstab. Now, betrayal, backstab is associated with the Three of Swords. This is a very like personal Three of Swords, because this is like when two people that hurt you at the same time in a certain situation, or you're just feeling like multiple things are hurting you, or multiple people are like backstabbing you. Next, we have childhood trauma. And you know what's so funny? I don't know why nobody didn't like say this, or like, because I know a lot of people have been getting this deck. Nobody said anything about this card, because I thought people would be like, oh my gosh, this bitch don't know how to spell. No, I do know how to spell. I did not mispronounce, but I did not spell trauma wrong. Originally it was supposed to be childhood, like baby mama drama. So I was like, you know what? Let's drop the baby mama, because it could be a baby daddy as well. So I was like, instead of doing drama, I'm gonna do trauma, but I'm gonna spell it like baby mama drama. So this is the card that comes out for like, not only if you have some childhood traumas, but also if like there's a baby mother that's doing the most, or a baby father that's doing the most. Also like the effects of divorce, or the effects of like um not your parents not being in a marriage or having a marriage split up. Okay, so next we have I'ma head out. Now this isn't the Eight of Cups, but it's like the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups. It doesn't talk about communication though. It doesn't talk about like, incoming communication. It's just like fast movement out of a certain situation. Now, when this comes up in readings, sometimes it does mean like the information that like the full information would have you in the energy wanting to leave this person or leave this situation with the quickness. So this is like my like, nah, I'ma just remove myself, or like I'ma just dip. Then we have wannabe copycat. So this is, a person that wants to do everything that you do, that like stalks your social media trying to be you, or somebody that's just trying to be something that they're not. Like, those dudes that just are like real soft, but they want to be like, in gangs or like in the streets and like post guns and stuff. Like sit down. Somebody trying to be down, somebody trying to be somebody that they're not. Okay, so next we have bill collector, and bill collector is pretty self-explanatory as well. It's associated with the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so next we have major side eye, and this card comes out when you start like realizing things. You know what I'm saying? Then we have a tower moment is on the horizon. Now with this card, this does foretell a current or incoming tower moment, but it's also like I've noticed when I'm like, I'm sorry y'all, I'm thinking about like when I'm doing readings, it sometimes comes out when like the person that I'm reading on, like the person they're dealing with is going through a tower moment because of them. This is also associated with the Ten of Pentacles as well, because she has 10 flowers in her hair. So again, it's like you have to see like, what your circumstances are, because most times this person isn't going through a tower moment. A tower moment is going to be presented to them, or they're going to have to be a mediator in a tower moment. But it is also like, a storm warning, like watch out for a tower moment with this person, or like watch out for a tower moment in this situation. Okay, so next we have thirsty ass. Now thirsty ass talks about, a dude that just can't stop coming back for more, bitch, you know what I'm saying? But he's super thirsty. Like he also comes back other places too, you know what I'm saying? um it's not so much of like a player card. It's just like this person's thirsty. This person won't let you go. They don't want to let you go. They don't want to let you leave you alone. Okay, so next we have for the streets, and for the streets is someone that is, involved in like a fast life, or like a fast lifestyle, from like scammers to drug dealers, um, gang affiliations. Now this is like a playboy energy because they're loyal to things that like you're not supposed to be loyal to, like superficial ways of being, and like their friends, or like just the street life, or bitches. Next, we have someone wants to reach out. Now, this is very interesting because when I made this card, I wasn't trying to um, like put two perspectives in one card. Like I wasn't trying to have it like the female wants to reach out. Like no, that's not what this means. Um, for me, when I made this, well, you could read it that way, but for me, when I made this, it was like the male energy wants to reach out, because the female energy is not supposed to reach out first. Now, I'm not saying that like that's how it's supposed to be, but like, bitch, that's how it's supposed to be. So it's more like the female in like the Seven of Pentacles energy, waiting for communication, but still like open to get the communication, or like just waiting for, the dude to do something or make something shake. Now with the male, his energy, he's more guarded because he's moving from his ego, and his pride. So that's what this card means to me. But again, you can read it however your intuition leads you to read the card. Okay, so next we have food and hunger, and food and hunger is associated with the Hierophant. When I made this card, I wanted it to be about institutions, like public or government assistance, as well as like unemployment. Now in readings, this card usually comes out when there's somebody about to ask someone for some money, or about to like seek some type of assistance outside of their household, also like I don't know how to really explain this, but you know those type of people that bitch, that like stunt on online like they taking care of their kids, but like in reality they mama take care of their kids. You know what I'm saying? So is that energy as well? Okay, so breaking through new territory, this is definitely for like my female energies that have Mars in either Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This card is like doing new shit or like doing something a different way regarding your career or even love, and it like actually working. Cause like it's different, cause some people will like do new shit and it don't be hitting on nothing, but then you got those people that do new shit and it be hitting on shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is this is definitely for those people that are like about to start something new and it's gonna be successful. This is associated with the Seven of Wands. Next, we have family squabble, and this is just literally what it is. Feuds in the family, like let's say you and your sister bickering, or you and your brother, as well as like friend circles. So, like, if there's somebody that's feuding with, like, people in, their friend circle, this card will come out. Another thing that I have noticed, like, I do a lot of um, well, the readings that I do in person are very ghetto, bitch. Alright. So a lot of times this will come out when, I have a client that is dealing with a dude that's in the streets that is like, dealing with like rivals or something. Which is very weird because literally, like, I thought that it was bullshit, but literally, like, street dudes, they really view like their gang as like their family. So it could go from, somebody's actual family, or people that they adopted into their family, or friends as well. Now another thing that I have noticed with readings when this card comes out, it's like this could indicate like let's say if you have like a group of friends where it's like three of y'all and it's like two bitches always be hating, or like the vibe just be different or weird when you come into the mix. So it could indicate like, jealous, like low-key jealous friends. Like your dude could have like a group of sisters that don't like you. You know what I'm you know what I'm saying? So again, follow your intuition when you are reading with this deck. Next is cuffing season. And this is very self-explanatory. This is when somebody wants commitment. It is associated with the Two of Cups as well as the Two of Wands. And the time period around this is in the fall to winter. One thing I will say, which is very interesting, um, again, like I've been using this deck so much in readings. So let's say this card comes out with like food and hunger. Be careful, because this is like somebody wants to like commit to someone, or wants to offer something because somebody just got their taxes. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody wants to use somebody in a situation because they're not, on good footing. So if this comes out with food and hunger, be careful. Okay, so next we have fame. And fame is associated with the Sun card and the Six of Wands, so major Leo energy. This is literally public recognition, public fame, public notoriety in any sorts. So usually people that have their own public platforms or are on like a already established public platform, this talks about like, their numbers increasing, their engagement increasing, or somebody just having a career in the public. Okay, so next is someone is doing black magic. This is associated with the devil card. This is like my witching and bitching card. Now this card does mean, somebody is either doing black magic, period, or somebody's really trying to heavily manipulate a situation or a person. Then we have catfish, and this card comes out when somebody doesn't look like their pictures, or a certain situation is just not what it seems or what it appears to be online, or through pictures, or the way that somebody's trying to make something look. Next, we have common law, and common law is, that couple that has been together for years, but still hasn't like tied the knot. It also indicates like relationships that are off and on, but like both of those people know that like, they're not going nowhere. Now, what's very interesting is like in readings, this has been coming up for like, um, people that are dealing with someone that is incarcerated, bitch, that is incarcerated, and like they're about to come home. So this is like major Jody and Yvette vibes, alright? Then we have A1 Day One True Friends, and this is just talking about, authentic friendships. Okay, so next we have that. Now, this is just what it is. Now, it's very interesting. This could mean multiple different things because this could be like, somebody's messing with a thought, or somebody's viewing you as a thought, or you on your thought stuff. But this is like the female equivalent to a motherfucker. Next, we have sorrow. Now, this is very different from betrayal and backstab because betrayal and backstab is a very like personal Three of Swords. When this Three of Swords is more so of like circumstances, like loneliness, or wanting to be involved in either a partnership or even like a friendship or like career related things. Okay, so next we have you need a 8 Spirit Guides messages. Now, 8 Spirit Guides messages is actually a personal reading that I created. And if you've ever gotten a personal reading from me, you know that like my 8 Spirit Guide messages hit so different, especially like when you need them to. You know what I'm saying? So this card is like a you need to get a personal reading type of card. But more so like 8 Spirit Guide messages, because this means that like your Spirit Guides have been trying to talk to you, so you need clarity on like what they're trying to tell you. Yeah, I forgot to mention that we do have Year of the Pig, you know what I'm saying, out here. So shout out to the Year of the Pigs. Next we have legal matters. Now this could mean that like someone is having legal issues, or the situation involves legal matters. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so rainy days is literally someone that is in their feelings, male or female. It's also like abandonment energy. Now what's very interesting, this card comes out when like somebody wants to do like a sneaky link or like when somebody is in the energy of like when it's like raining and you just want to be booed up, but like this is somebody that's in their feelings that wants to be with someone, or that's yearning the touch of someone else. You know what, I'm so sorry because it's very hard to like try to keep like my my composure when I'm doing this, because these cards are funny as hell. Like some of them are funny, but it be facts though. But anyway, next we have ancient. Now the reason why I'm laughing so much, oh my goodness, I'm about to edit the hell out of this video. The reason why I'm laughing so much is I remember when I started first using this deck, and somebody had commented like, oh my gosh, that looks like my baby daddy. So this could be somebody's baby daddy. This is definitely somebody's baby daddy, alright? This is the motherfucker card. Like this is the motherfuckers of all motherfuckers. It doesn't have like a certain tarot card that's associated with it. It's just like, this is one of those things, like it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If somebody ain't, they just ain't, Okay, so Above the Rest, we already kind of talked about Above the Rest when I was talking about Billy. But Above the Rest is literally the best out of all of the options, the one that wins the prize, the one that beats out the competition. Now this is also associated with the Six of Wands as well, but it's more so of like not only getting chosen, but like recognition of some sorts. And what I mean by that, like all recognition doesn't mean public recognition. It could mean that somebody that has not recognized your efforts are going to be giving you your flowers. You know what I'm saying? This is also water and fire energy. It also indicates like a level up of one's social life. And what I mean by that, let's say you're the type of person that stays in the house all the time. It's like there's going to be something like a brand new opportunity or something that comes through for you where you could change the way that you're living your life. Like you could go from staying at your house to traveling more, like an increase of your pay revenue. Okay, so next we have shady, and shady is literally what it is. Things that happen in the dark, even like shady friends or shady conversations that are happening, or when somebody is just being shady towards you. Um, Also, like, what I've noticed when this comes out in readings, talks about like side chicks or like side dudes or someone feeling like there are things that are hidden, and confirmation of that would definitely be like ain't shit or thought coming out, as well as like, what's the other one, hold on, let me try to find it, as well as cuffing season. I noticed when these cards come out with shady, cuffing season, and major side eye, it's like, someone doing something deceptive in a love relationship sense. Next we have just lust, and this is again just what it is, like just sex, no emotions. The person didn't have the intentions on involving their emotions, like just a sex based relationship. I freaking love these cards. Like, I'm so obsessed. Like, I'm obsessed with all my decks. Once I make a tarot deck, I'm not using nobody else's cards. Okay, so next we have sus as fuck. Now, this is like my suspicious as hell card. Like, this is when you start like piecing things together. This isn't when you start realizing things, because you already started realizing things. This is when like shit starts to like link together. It's like, oh, okay, so that's what was going on, or was that what was going on? It's also associated with the Two of Swords, so it does have like, that undertone of overthinking, as well as like not trying to make a decision. Like, when you're, it doesn't have like not like gullible or like denial energy. It's not that. It's just like when you start piecing things together. Like, I don't know how to I don't know how to explain this. It's like when you know that there's something off in the buttermilk. Next we have Eve. And Eve is like my temptation card. It also talks about like people externally, trying to come into your situation and feed you negative advice, or just negative energy surrounding your situation, or also like somebody trying to manipulate you or coerce you into doing something. Now, again, I always say that like tarot readers are like doctors, all right? Because we have to follow the HIPAA law, and we have to give the messages. So when I do readings and this card comes out, a lot of times it will foretell like someone that is sexually manipulative, somebody that will use their thing to like get what they want out of you. So this card, has a lot of different definitions and meanings. Also like negative self-talk as well as like outsider energy. And what I mean by that, now in my readings, when I do personal readings for people, there's a lot of information that comes through, and I don't share that information with that other person all of the times. So sometimes this will mean like someone that is just like not in the environment that they were raised to be in. Like sometimes I'll read on people, and like I'll see their values or like what they choose to do. So this also talks about like being out of your element, or just being out of, touch with where you're supposed to be. Next, we have same-sex relations. Now, same-sex relations is, what it is, but it also talks about like someone integrating their energies. This could indicate like shadow work or light work that's been going on. Also, like blending two worlds, like someone that is very religious and spiritual at the same time, or someone that is very religious, but they have conflicting beliefs or ways of being that will like contradict either their religion or their values that they were raised with. So like you could be religious and be in a same-sex relationship. Like those two truths can exist. Okay, so next we have divinity. This is my divine counterpart or twin flame card. This indicates like a spiritual connection, either that you have already with someone or that's coming in. Then we have plotting. Now, plotting is not like, being strategic. It could be in some cases. It could be, trying to be strategic in a certain situation. But most of the times, this card means that somebody's plotting on you. Or there's a bitch that's trying to plot on you, or trying to do things the way that you do it, but they can't really execute it the way that you do it. But this is definitely like sneaky energy. Then we have confessions, which will foretell like either someone needing to tell their truth, speak their truth, or light is going to be shed on a certain situation that was in the dark. Okay, so next we have glow up season. Now, glow up season is when your manifestation is like waiting for you at the door, like it's right around the corner. This also talks about like a shift that's gonna be happening in your life. It's associated with the Wheel of Fortune as well as Judgment. Okay, so next we have down low vibes. Now, this card has a lot of meanings. When I first made it, it was supposed to be like, somebody that is like secretly gay. Sometimes it does mean that, but sometimes it also comes through as like this Seven of Swords, when somebody's being sneaky or deceptive, or when they're like lurking, like looking at your pictures, looking at your Instagram. Also like doing illegal things, because like what black man is gonna be in Chinatown, bitch? You know what I'm saying? So it's like already from the imagery, something is off. Okay, so next we have evil eye, and this means somebody is sending you the evil eye, or somebody is just super jealous of you. Next is praying. Now this card comes out when either someone is praying about a situation or needs prayer, or just prayer is needed in a situation. Also like when you need to spend quality time with your maker or have faith in a certain situation. So it is associated with the star card as well as the magician. Next, we have gatherings. Now, gatherings could be like, gatherings with family members, friends. It is associated with like, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, holiday time, spending quality time with your family or your friends. Then we have road trip, which is associated with the chariot card. This is literally travel of any sorts, like a road trip, a airplane ticket. You know what I'm saying? It's also associated with the Three of Wands as well, and the World card. Okay, so next we have Man Eater. Now this is like my woman player card, but like not. She's not at that. Like it's very justified. It's like her actions are very justified. Now I also put the symbols of the zodiac signs that it's associated with, because these are signs that are like man eaters to me. So we have Scorpio, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Pisces. This is like a woman that like she has options, as well as one that she's really interested into. It's actually like the ones that you have to watch out for, because man eater for me is someone that is very like sweet and cute and polite, and like they definitely have their shit together, but they also like are seeing a couple of people. It's like the energy of like woman in the streets but a freak in the sheets. Bitch. So next we have artistry, and this is like my entrepreneur card, but it also talks about people that are like have a business in any type of arts, whether it be like dance, makeup artists, nail artistry, just creating things, being a content creator, as well as like a writer as well. One that can express themselves and like work through their traumas through art, or someone that finds fulfillment or joy in anything regarding art. Okay, so then we have moving in silence. Now this is the positive plotting card. This is when you're like, manifesting things on the low, or when you're trying to like, get your ships in order behind the scenes. Sometimes this card comes out as like advice, like don't tell everybody what you got going on. Like don't tell everybody, what hands you got in which pots. Like don't show your hands, don't show your cards. Like move in silence. Then we have new place. So this could indicate like a new move, a new home. Also like merging homes with a lover or a friend, but mostly like a lover. Like, babe, you want to move in with me? All right, I'll move in with you. Then we have malpractice. Now malpractice talks about anything that's like improper that happens in an institution of any sorts. So this could range from like, malpractice, literally like somebody leaking your personal information, or a healthcare provider doing some sneaky shit. Also like sexual harassment in the workplace, or just like things that are not supposed to happen in institutions where there's rules and where there's regulations. Then we have arguments, which is associated with the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. It doesn't always talk about like relationship arguments or divorce arguments. It could talk about somebody just having like, beef with you, or somebody arguing with you, or just conflict of any sorts. Next, we have confidence, and this talks about like embracing your insecurities. And then we have I Want to Kitty Your Body. This is like the sentimental type of love making. You know what I'm saying? When somebody wants to, like, bring attention and like appreciate your curves and like everything that you are, period. Okay, so then we have Getaway, Moving On. Now, this is like an indefinite, like, end of a cycle. This is somebody that is like literally getting away from a certain situation or taking a vacation from a certain situation. But it's more than just like the Eight of Cups or the Four of Swords. It's the World card. Like you're out. Like there's no coming back. This also does come out when somebody needs to move on from a certain situation or needs to take like a long break from something. We have Emerge, which talks about like feelings coming to the surface or a connection growing from someone being vulnerable with their emotions. So freaking beautiful. I love this card. Then we have Seeking God. And this card talks about either someone is praying for you, like praying for your return, or seeking God in a certain situation or needing to. Another thing, this is like my answered prayers card, or it's confirmation on why a prayer wasn't answered, or like why something didn't come through, or confirmation that something will. Super beautiful. And it also talks about vulnerability as well. That's why she's naked. Then we have Shook. The full information will leave you shook. This is like my secrets card. Like when there's more to the story, or like the full story will leave you shocked in a certain situation. Then we have Sleeping with the Enemy. Now this talks about somebody that you are either, messing with sexually that you're not supposed to be. This can indicate that like somebody has a wife and a mistress as well, or somebody that's just not for you, or somebody that does not have like the best intentions with you, but you still lay down with them. So next we have Wanda vibes. Now, some tea on me. I am obsessed with Holiday's Heart. Like that's my favorite movie. Well, you know what? No, The Temptations is my favorite movie, and then it's Holiday Heart. But yeah, I love this freaking movie. So this is my addictions card. Like there is no genders with this one. Sometimes when there is someone that has a family member or like a mother or a father that's an addict, this will come out. But it also comes out for like dudes that have addiction problems, or if addictions are affecting a relationship or a union in any way. Also like family situations as well. Okay, so then we have More Than Lust, and More Than Lust is the exact opposite of Just Lust, because this is someone that is not only sexually like obsessed with you, but they also are like in love with you as well. So this is a connection where even if you feel like it's a situationship, the person is definitely falling in love or is already like head over heels in love with you. Okay, so next we have Fast. Now, I have a fast and a slow card in here, and that's pretty self-explanatory. But I do remember I did a reading. I don't know if it was a collective reading or it was for like a certain zodiac sign, but I did like describe this card in depth, and why I chose certain imagery with this card. So not only is it like a mundane type of like foretelling like a certain situation or like a time period, like fast or slow, but it's also someone that is like going too fast. Also like hidden secrets as well, because it is associated with the High Priestess as well as Knight of Swords. Then we have Slow. Again, I love movies and I love like cute shit. Like I'm all about aesthetics. So I did choose I think it's called Dumbledore and Dumbledore, whatever the fuck. You know what? I don't know. But I did choose Alice in the Wonderland because I thought that was just perfect. Cause when motherfuckers try to act like they slow, but they not really slow, or like somebody could really be slow, like slow to approach you, slow to get things started. Next is Fired. which is super self-explanatory. Then we have fraud. Okay, so next is beauty is pain. Now this means multiple different things. This could indicate somebody, needing to get themselves done up, them getting their hair braided and it's hurting, somebody that's dealing with daddy issues, also someone that feels burdened by like having beauty, and that is a thing. And I know that sounds like, bitch, who would be burdened by that? But like, there's a lot of things that come with being beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all know. All my bad bitches know. All my bad bitches know it's good. What's so interesting is usually like in readings, this card has meant like somebody is viewing like love situations. Like if they're really in love with someone, they'll hurt them, or they'll have like the capability of hurting them. Like look, my throat chakra is messing up. This is gonna hit home for somebody. Like someone that will rather go for the guy that's not good for them instead of the guy that like sends them good morning texts and tries to like show them attention. So it is also a card of like needing to heal certain ideologies. Next is 90s R&B love, and if it ain't 90s R&B love, I don't want it. All right, 90s R&B love is literally the best love that you could get. It's nothing like the 2000s love. Like y'all just, I don't know, these new generations, child, are just something different. But 90s R&B love is like that true ace of cups, six of cups, like brown sugar, milk and honey type of love. Okay, so next is hidden motives, and this is like my gold diggers. This is like my gold digger vibes. Somebody that has expensive taste, somebody that wants the finer things out of life. They're unapologetic about how they're going through life and what their intentions are. It also talks about like, it also does have like a little bit of like plotting vibes, but it's not malicious, because it's like the energy of like, I deserve the finer things, and I'm gonna get it by any means. If I can't do it myself, then I'm gonna find somebody that already got it done. Like that's what it is. Okay, and last but not least, we have missing pieces. And missing pieces talks about like things that are still not being told in a certain situation, or things that are missing that are gonna come full circle, which is why I put the planet which is why I'm sorry y'all, which is why I put the planet to the side, because the information is gonna come out. It's just like right now it's not the time. So once again, if you have not purchased Melanated Majesty, do not forget to click the link in the description box down below so that you could purchase it. And do not forget to send me pictures, because I love when you guys send me pictures when you get my decks. And yeah, I will see y'all in my next video.